Oh, what's this? Oh, nothing, just the first look at the official LPS Axolotl. The world of Littlest Pet Shop just got a whole lot bigger, so let's talk about the 2023 New York Toy Fair and the Basic Fun Littlest Pet Shop display, revealing all the new LPS they had for show. Hey guys, LpsHoney. If you're new here, I make LPS videos every single week, and I have been covering the Basic Fun LPS news for the past few months, and more specifically the last 2 weeks, with all the amazing announcements we've had leading up to today, which is the grand reveal of Littlest Pet Shop at the New York Toy Fair. If you want to see my other videos talking about their Instagram posts, their interviews, and also the Roblox game, you can check out these videos on screen. There'll be a link in the top right corner as well as the description below. Today's video is probably the most anticipated one because we have official photos and videos from the New York Toy Fair showing off the whole new brand and range of Littlest Pet Shops that are going to be coming out in 2024. As always, I'll leave timestamps in the description down below if you want to skip around to specific topics. But firstly, I want to say that it has been confirmed that LPS are going to be coming back in January. There's been a lot of back and forth about what exact month they're going to be coming out in. Originally it was going to be early 2024, then it was spring 2024, and now it's the start of 2024. From what I could gather from the information from the Toy Fair, there's going to be 2 main releases, and that's why there has been 2 release dates floating around. The first wave of these Littlest Pet Shop releases is taking place in January, and then the second wave looks like it's going to be coming sometime in spring, so that could be as early as March. That's if I have my seasons right. Please forgive me, I'm in Australia, so our seasons are different to America, but I think that's how it works. A few small things I want to cover is that the Basic Fun website has now been updated with a bunch of news we actually covered in my previous video, talking about how there's going to be 140 plus pets released over 2024, as well as some better looks at the LPS that they were teasing on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, they also posted a final kind of reveal post of multiple images stitched together to look like this. It's very cute. I love how it turned out, showing all the different pets that they had been teasing. But yeah, those are the smaller updates. Let's get on to the actual Toy Fair news because there is so much to cover, so get comfortable because this is going to be quite a ride. So there's been a few images that have come out from the Toy Fair, and this one here is my personal favorite. It just gives us the most concise and best view of the whole stall that Basic Fun had at the Toy Fair. There is so much information in this picture, and we're going to pick it apart piece by piece, starting off with this axolotl. So it is definitely confirmed now. We are getting Axolotl LPS. They have shown 2 different designs. This yellow one, which is a big cardboard cutout, and they also have a little LPS version of it as well. But there is also a pink version that was shown on Instagram. Here is a Instagram reel that I found. I will also leave the Instagram user's username on screen. So thank you to them for sharing this video. As you can see, it bobbles like an old LPS, but it's a new mold, and that's super exciting for me that they're actually making completely new molds of LPS. I know that it was mentioned at LPSCon about axolotls, but people who couldn't attend didn't really know that information, and of course it was kind of just hearsay. So now seeing it actually confirmed with a physical LPS Axolotl is super exciting, and he is definitely unique looking. He's got quite the big forehead, but he is adorable. So I'm really happy that they're branching out and trying new molds, and I know a lot of people in the community have been looking forward to an axolotl, so this is definitely a win for the LPS community out here. Next up, we have this little display on the side. It's just a cardboard display. There's nothing really going on here. They do show some Littlest Pet Shop designs and all that, but it's not like an actual product. It's just a cardboard cutout display. But let's move on to the actual LPS that are on display and physically there in this photo. There hasn't been a lot of HD photos released, so I will try my best to kind of zoom in and upscale these images as much as I can for you guys. But let's start off with the top left corner. We have what looks to be blind boxes. Now I know a lot of people don't like blind boxes because you end up with a lot of doubles, but what's really exciting about these blind boxes is that if you can see, it says that there are no repeats. So I'm not exactly sure how they're going to make this work, but the way they're advertising it is if you buy more than one blind box, you're not going to get any doubles, which is kind of crazy to me. I have a theory that they're actually going to be numbering the blind boxes, which is I think a way that they're going to kind of still keep it a secret as to what LPS design you're getting, but if the numbers are different, then you'll get a different LPS. Now that's just my theory, but it kind of makes sense seeing as every single LPS is numbered. But yeah, the box design looks adorable. I love how they have a little window with an actual LPS in display, and that's probably how it will look in stores, like sitting on the shelves. We also have a look at some new LPS designs, not just the packaging. So I'll quickly, briefly go over some of the designs. We have a Himalayan cat, which was actually shown in one of their Instagram teasers. We have a King Charles Spaniel, a otter, a gecko, a bull, a tiger, a panda, a walrus. There are just so many new pets here. Obviously, old molds that we have seen in the past, but new designs, which is so exciting. I especially love the King Charles Spaniel in the bottom left corner. It really reminds me of this Cocker Spaniel. So it's really cool to see a similar kind of design on a different pet. It looks like these pets could possibly come with one accessory per blind box, as well as a collector's card. I'm not sure if the collector's card gives you information on the pet or if it's something to do with the Roblox game, but collector's cards are something that Hasbro did in the past with LPS, specifically G3 LPS. So it's not a new gimmick, but it is cool to see it return with this new wave of Generation 7 pets. Moving across to the right of the image, we have single pack LPS, which are super exciting because they just look exactly how they used to. Obviously the packaging is different, but I'm really liking the revamped packaging. I think it's really pretty, and I think that the big clear window is amazing so you can see the pet fully. It also looks like the pets come with one accessory per pack, which is awesome because that's how they used to be back in the early 2000s. We have some repeated designs on display from the blind boxes, so I believe the pets will be different when they're released. I don't think they're going to release the same pets in the blind boxes that they're releasing in the single packs. It just doesn't really make sense from a marketing standpoint. I think these are new LPS that we're going to get, obviously, but I think the ones in display are repeated kind of just as placeholders. So as you can see, the Himalayan cat is in a single pack, but it's also on display with the blind box pets. I don't think they're going to release it twice. That would just be kind of odd. So I just think that it's there for display purposes, and it may be released as a blind bag pet or as a single pack. Either way, they look great. There's an anteater there, as well as the panda, which is kind of the whole mascot for LPS now. And yeah, I just love them. The packaging's so pretty. I love the blue designs they're going with. And I don't really have any negatives for them. It just looks so great. Moving down to the bottom shelf is probably the most exciting area for me personally. If we start on the left, we have double packs. Now these look amazing. So they're very similar designs to the single pack pets with the whole blue theme and everything. Big window on the front so you can see everything you're getting. And you get 2 LPS per pack plus accessories. I freaking love how these look. They are so pretty. And again, we have a bunch of new LPS. So we have a gray wolf, which I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. I know I am. We have a tiger, a toucan, fish, some cats and dogs, and also a pink axolotl. Again, I'll go into more detail on the axolotl in a minute, but I think it looks so cute. It really just does blend in perfectly with the rest of the other LPS, so he's already finding his home amongst the G2 pets, and these just look amazing. I am definitely hunting down the 2 packs. They are my most wanted out of all the pets that they have shown at the toy fair. And then once again, across to the right, we have 3-packs. These are so exciting. This is so old school LPS. These are the tubes that they used to release back in the day, and they are making a return. It doesn't look like they come with any accessories from what I can see from these images, but that's also how they were released back in the early 2000s, so I'm not surprised. At most, they might come with like 1 or 2 accessories, but I think these particular tube 3-packs are mainly marketed just for the pets themselves, which I personally have no problem with, but that's just something to take note of. If you're somebody who really wants accessories, these ones probably aren't going to be for you. They're mainly just for the pets themselves. Once again, I really have no complaints. They do have quite a few repeats here, and like I said, this is probably just placeholder for the toy fair itself. These pets are still being developed, so it's no surprise that there's probably going to be paint changes, color changes, and of course changes to what pets come in what packaging. So the pets at the toy fair are definitely designs we're probably most likely going to see, but please just take it all with a grain of salt when it comes to what pets are in what packaging, because obviously not all of them are ready, so they're not going to show everything. But with that being said, we have some cute designs. Once again, we have the yellow axolotl as well as an otter. There's a seagull there, a rhino, and a few little doubles in the background. Overall, super cute display and so many amazing new looking LPS and designs. Now with everything, there has been some criticism about these new LPS, which I will cover in a moment, but let's look at the final little display, which is all the way to the right of this photo. And this display is more on the kind of business side of the spectrum. The other displays are purely showing off the LPS, but this side gives us a more in-depth look at Basic Fun's marketing strategy, as well as some of the cool features we can expect with this new Generation 7 LPS. So at the very back we have a graph, and I believe this is showing the success of the old G2 LPS, just to kind of show how popular pets were back in the day. Then at the front we have an array of pets, but this is mainly for showing the kind of gimmicks or details that Basic Fun is going to be implementing. So for example, we can see some pets on display, and they have the collector's cards on display as well as some little symbols. Now, when I first saw these symbols, I was a bit confused by what they were, because all of the LPS on display have circle eyes. In the past, LPS have had different eye shapes depending on what they were, like laziest, hungriest, etc. But this new generation, so far, majority of the pets have had regular eyes, except the panda, of course. And when I saw this, I realized that I think, and again, this is just a theory, these symbols correlate with the symbols that are painted on the pets. Specifically, if you look at the rhino, it has a lightning bolt symbol behind it, and then a lightning bolt on its forehead. So I think instead of having different symbol eyes, they're going to come out with different symbols on the pets. Once again, this is just a theory, and the photo itself is quite far away from this corner, so it's a bit hard for me to see, but that's what I think is happening here. Above that, they have a checklist, which is super exciting, as well as kind of like levels to the releases. So once again, from what I can see, it looks like level 1 is going to be blind bags, level 2 is 2-packs, level 3 is multi-packs, and I'm not quite sure what level 4 is. It kind of looks like postcard pets, but I don't think that's exactly what they are. Either way, it's super exciting to see that they're doing multiple packs, not just blind bags and single packs and double packs and stuff like that. They're actually going to have full-on play sets with larger accessories, and there's even a recolor of a larger hamster play set Hasbro released in the past. So that's really cool to see. And then the last little piece of information I want to talk about in this photo right at the bottom is the infectious collectible strategy kind of flyer. It's a really odd way to word it, but from what I can see, it's just showing why pets are popular. There's different breeds, there's different animals, there's different designs, and now they're implementing collector cards as well as different symbols on the LPS themselves, making them even more collectible. Also, yes, I believe that is my Mascot on display at the New York Toy Fair. I don't know why they chose this specific LPS to show off, but hey, there I am, guys. I made it. So that is everything they had for display at their main Littlest Pet Shop booth at the New York Toy Fair. Incredibly exciting news. I love it. I personally don't really have any like negative things to say about it. Like I mentioned, there have been some negative responses, so I do want to cover that side as well, because I believe people are able to have their own opinions about this kind of stuff, and I'm going to share mine as well. The main negativity I saw about this release was A, the quality, and B, them reusing designs. And I can understand both. If you just saw this image and thought that these were the pets you were going to get, I definitely can get that. Especially as a collector, you want new products, and seeing a brand reuse stuff that's already been released is kind of annoying. But from my personal opinion, I don't believe every single design shown at the toy fair is going to be released. Historically, in the past, when Hasbro and Littlest Pet Shop attended toy fairs, they would show off LPS designs, and by the time they were released, they would be slightly tweaked or different. This is very common when it comes to toy production, especially because what they show at the toy fair is like the rough draft, the basic of the basic kind of color palette that they're going to be using, but the design itself isn't finalized. I think we need to remember that these pets are coming out in 3 months. That is next year. They still have quite a bit of time to change these designs and perfect the way they want them to look. The toy fair is all about just showing a rough idea of what they're marketing and why people should get excited about them, not here is the finished product and this is what exactly you're going to get. Will some of these pets look like they do at the toy fair? I'm sure they will, especially the panda, like that's their whole mascot. But will every single pet in this photo look identical when it's released? No, I highly doubt it. They have a lot of things to improve on and finalize before these pets come out, so I wouldn't worry too much about designs being reused because these are placeholders for display. They are not to be sold, they are to be shown off for marketing. Another concern was the quality, which was actually a concern of mine a few months ago as well. Hearing that pets were going to be painted in mass rather than hand painted with the eyes was definitely a concerning thing to hear, because historically it's not always the best when companies go and cut prices. But from what I've seen from the toy fair, the pets look fine. I mean, I've seen some pictures of pets literally in people's hands and they look great. Again, these aren't going to be the final products, but if they look anything similar to the ones at the toy fair, I'm going to be a happy customer. Let's talk a little bit about the Axolotl, which I mentioned earlier, which I told you guys I would cover. And I have a video here from Instagram, and here is the Axolotl once again. I covered it briefly before, but I really wanted to bring some like highlight to it because it's such an amazing announcement. A new LPS mold, a G2 LPS mold, after all these years is finally being made. It is an interesting design. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I definitely think it's cute. I feel like the forehead is very big and that's just my personal opinion, but I think they did a pretty decent job converting it to an LPS. I'm sure it is quite a difficult job to come up with an axolotl design that still looks like an LPS, and I think a lot of customizers can agree when I say that. There are so many axolotl customs out there using a ton of different molds because it's quite difficult to translate into a Littlest Pet Shop form. Like I said, I think that they did do a decent job and it is very cute, and what surprised me as well is that the eyes are glossy. I expected all these pets to just have kind of like a matte looking eye, kind of like my Mascot here, but they're glossy, and it shows that they've put a little thought into a bit better quality with like glossing the eyes up compared to the bodies. And with this Instagram reel from Play Live Repeat, who again, I will put their username on screen and also in the description because I have to give them credit for this reel. They have provided some information about the LPS from the toy fair, so big thank you to them for posting this information online. But in the description of their reel, they posted some information that they received while at the toy fair, and it's very exciting because it pretty much confirms that LPS will be launching in January 2024. There will be blind boxes, collector packs with 3 packs. In the spring, there will be 69 pets, and in the fall, there will be 70 pets. So that kind of covers what I touched on a bit earlier about how there's going to be 2 releases of LPS, one in the fall and one in the spring. So it's kind of cool that they're bringing them out in waves, so we're not completely overwhelmed all at once. It gives us a bit of time to collect these pets over the months and then get a huge refresh, if that makes sense. So that's everything to do with the new LPS. I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I'm so happy to finally see these pets at the New York Toy Fair. After speculating for quite a few weeks now that they were going to be there, we have now finally seen them. Now again, these are pretty much prototypes of the pets that will eventually release in January and later, so the pets may look different, the colors might change, what packs they're released in may change, but this just gives us a rough idea of what we can expect and look forward to. I'm so excited to see how much effort Basic Fun is putting in. Another criticism I quickly want to touch on is that some people mentioned how there were no Big 5 LPS at the Toy Fair, and so they were disappointed with that. And again, completely understand. I kind of expected them to show off some Big 5 pets, but they didn't. The only Big 5 pets we saw were in this little like graph photo, and I think that was just talking about pets in general, not pets that are coming out. So it was surprising to not see any Big 5, but we have quite a few months, guys. I think they'll release some. And if they don't release any Big 5 pets, I will honestly be really surprised, because that is a whole market that they're not covering. Again, we have 3 months, so we have no idea what little LPS goodies Basic Fun is cooking up for us in that time. Besides that, the Roblox game, which I mentioned before, is coming out in December, but I talked all about that in my previous video, so it looks like December is the first month where we get a taste of LPS, and then January kicks off the full-blown launch of Littlest Pet Shop. It'll be worldwide, and the prices will be cheaper, and you know, all the stuff that I've mentioned in previous videos. But yeah, that is everything. To say that this was an overwhelming amount of LPS information would be an understatement. Basic Fun have really outdone themselves, and I'm so happy to see a future for LPS. So with everything covered, I will leave you guys with some more close-up images and images I have found online of the new LPS. All the credits will be on screen to the original photographers or posters. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're interested in LPS videos and more LPS news, please consider subscribing. I've been keeping up to date as much as possible with the Basic Fun news, but I also make LPS videos every week, which cover unboxings, short films, etc. I have a new horror film coming out soon, as well as another new unboxing, so make sure you guys look out for that when it comes out. Thank you all so much for the support, and if you enjoyed, like always, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. And I will see you all next time with a new video. Bye guys!